Hello, everyone. My name is Sungyo Alexander. Will be my first non-edited review. This will be non-edited. This is all gonna be one take. If you see any double standard editing on the video, go without saying I didn't really keep my promises. So that said and done, let's start with my first review: Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is supposed to continue what left off from the original Sonic the movie, and it is the what is it about? What is it about? It's about when Sonic trying to grow, trying to find out who he is, and want to know what he can do with his life, and that's all he want to do. He want to find out who he is, trying to find out what he can do with his life, and then his so called, I want to say his foster family. I want to say that his foster family, the family he met in the first movie. They all trying to tell him that to knowing who you are won't come instantaneously. You need to see if you need to just naturally happen and see that if you like it or not. If you like who you are, then you can stay like that. But if you choose to not like it, you can change it. It maybe that's what he said. I actually I forgot about that. Mostly because the character in the most so many human characters start to get born, but I'll get to that. Then later on, when the human character went on a vacation to Hawaii, a 2 second vacation because Sonic used the rings. I don't know how many he have left. I don't know how many he will get. That's a good question. Like, how many rings does Sonic even have? Where do they came from? That's the only thing that curious me most of all. Oh, but that's just my own curiosity. Um, after Sonic just have his own party in house by himself. You see him going crazy. He have soap party. He ordered like a bunch of junk food. And even if the house is a mess, he's Sonic. He goes super fast. Less the next thing you know that he got this all clean less than a blink of an eye. Was I am so jealous of. I wish I can be that fast to clean my apartment. I wish I can do that. That'd be so much fun. And next thing you know, Robotnik is back. Robotnik is back. Oh my god! And he brought in Knuckles. But by the way, I have to tell you, the first time that they met is very hilarious. See, the somehow during the time when Eggman is left on the mushroom planet. Good lord, he had to adapt with it because he's stuck there. So he uses his own machine and a glance and one of the and as you know in the first movie that he still have the one of the quill. I think that you call it on a hedgehog point. One of the quill from the last Sonic movie. He still have it, and he's still using the power of his machine. But instead of teleporting, he's kind of stuck there. So he trying his best to survive in that wilderness, and he's really hated every inch of it. But he tried to live. He tried to live with it the best he can. So he tried his utmost best to make tea out of mushrooms. Like, he used this giant elaborate. It is a giant elaborate, and according to the movie, he did like 10 times, and it clearly wasn't working. Oh, maybe he was eating it. Eating mushrooms. Like, good lord, how can you tell which one just asking you to die and want to live? That's something. But it's still funny. It's still funny. He's trying to survive in the mushroom planet. But after funny, so he somehow managed to create a satellite that sent out a signal that attract Knuckles. Those and attract Knuckles, and he would able to with Knuckle help able to go back to Earth, where his fight with the Robotnik's only goal in life is to just kill that hedgehog. The hedgehog pretty much ruined his life. According to the last movie, his own existence, funding, his everything he worked so hard on had all been taken away from him, and his own goal just to get rid of that hedgehog by any means necessary. It's pretty much like, for those who doesn't know, for like a Moby Dick kind of story, that his own goal in life is to get rid of his enemy, get rid of this one bad guy. That's his own goal. He just want to get rid of that one person he just dread in his own life. And it was for Robotnik's sake, it's hilarious. But that's just I'll explain that in the who is my character development stage. Um, After the whole fight scene with fighting with Robotnik and Knuckles, Tails showed up. Save Sonic. Sonic, who doesn't know Tails at all, but someone Tails knows Sonic so well. Went just immediately just went off. I on the other hand said it realized that Tails actually knows Sonic, and he knows Sonic for a long time. He said he kept he able to somehow his shockwave from the baseball field created like a more like created a warp path to allow Tails to create some kind of connection to Sonic, so he can watch him whatever he's doing. I mean, whatever he's doing, legit, whatever he's doing. So he pretty much spying on him. It's like a diehard fans. It's like someone who loves you so much, and have his surveilling camera everywhere throughout. It's like it's kind of like a very overprotected parents who have a camera everywhere, and I mean everywhere throughout the house. From the living room to the basement to the bathroom to your room, in the shower. That make you feel a bit uncomfortable. It sounds like uncomfortable where you go, but the way how Taylor described it, the way he described himself, he felt so alone because he is so smart that no one wanted to look up to him. And you see what he have, all these very advanced technology. I call royal bullshit, because who don't be friend with the guy? He got the most advanced technology ever created. Who doesn't want to be friend with the guy? He looks cool. That's my opinion. He looks so cool. As I progress, as I digress, after a long story, as Sonic go through the sun. Oh, they go to Siberia because they found out that, surprise enough, the Master Emerald is on Earth. What? The Master Emerald on Earth? Why are they doing it on Earth? And they all running towards trying to get to the Master Emerald. They go to Siberia. They're supposed to find this compass. It's almost kind of like Indiana Jones. How? sorry. It's almost like Indiana Jones. He went to Siberia just to find an amulet to find the Ark. It's almost like exactly the same story, play by play, from the first Indiana Jones movie. Which I'm fine with. Yeah, I'm fine with. Indiana Jones was a good movie. And having someone to inspire by that, that's fine. I love that one. And as the story progressed, they did go through a little character development between Tails and Sonic, but I think it's very adorable. I wish I had a little more in that, but that's just they went to the same, almost exactly the same bar scene. Instead of a bar fight, have a dance fight, but I think it's pretty good. But as the story continued on, they actually went after a little fight between Knuckles and Robotnik. And they wind up with the help of his friend, and they would teleport back to Hawaii. And then, out of the blue, and this is out of the blue during the wedding scene of the show, Oh, what I have to tell you right waiting scene. The gun showed up. Although who doesn't know, both in Sonic X and Shadow the Hedgehog video game, there's a secret organization called Guns. It's supposed to be a shield thing that secret organization to fight off against supernatural or very powerful villains, and they just showed up, kidnapped them, and that's it. Another adventure story. Give some of the human character from the first one a chance to do something. That's it. Yes, that's it. If the character didn't do anything like the wife and her sister. Uh, Fine did something. Fine did something other than sit there. And that's all I complain about it. Just Fine just didn't sit there. I like that. I like that. And as the story progressed, and they finally went to the finally Knuckle and the robot went to this maze, and went to this little temple underneath the ocean, and went through this giant maze. And in this maze, is the most my own personal favorite part of the movie. That they go through this maze, Robotnik and Knuckle go through it, and is like going, and it's like they have to survive this maze, and the maze doesn't have just one booby trap. They have at least five. They'll have many booby traps that go on and on and on and on. Usually the booby traps are all the same, but all of them are exactly what you expect. Rolling ball from Indiana Jones, slicing the famous needle booby trap that you normally see Sonic and like Indiana Jones. You see the slice, see the smash, boom, slash, clap, trap. Good lord, there's a lot. And you see Robotnik that's screaming at possible and like, good lord. So she and you see he go and a genius he going through his mind, trying to find out how to get through it all. So we really see the intellect of any of Robotnik through Knuckles. Let's see. Afterwards, Sonic showed up, and that happened to be my personal favorite scene that he actually did like from his video game. He did exactly like his video game. He ran through the maze like the video game. Like how we used to play in the video game. Like he go through the maze, he jumps, he dodge, he ran, he like I say he jump and dodge, do all the little tactical things. But I think it's my personal favorite because it's definitely an homage to the first video game. Without the sound effect, without the music sound effect, it's exactly like the first. All the Sonic video games. It's pretty funny. I wish there's more to that. I think it's funny. Hey, what else? After a while, they face Sonic and Knuckle, and as they go through the maze, go right up to the maze. Knuckle and Sonic fought for a little bit. Then Robotnik decided they said, "I'm gonna backstab all of you." Took the Master Emerald, went off. He built a giant robotic robot as you've seen in the video game, and he started crashing through the town, killing almost destroying it half the time. But I love how the robot actually interacted with him, which is very funny, very funny. Right. And the show continued. So after a while, then suddenly out of the blue, and this is a massive spoiler we ever seen. And after the Knuckles and Tails and Sonic finally said, "Let's all team up to face up against Eggman," and he did actually and soon as the Master Emerald it broke into pieces. I mean, really shattered into pieces. And suddenly we get to see. Then finally, something else came out. Something colorful came out. The Chaos Emerald. The Chaos Emerald showed up. They fuse with Sonic, turning him into the one and only. Spoilers. Super Sonic. Super Sonic showed up, and just wreck Robotnik, robot, and wrecked that the Eggman machine. Really wreck it. Just really destroy it. And Robotnik couldn't even believe what he's seeing. He said it's like Superman showed up and said, "Nope." He just like a Superman didn't show. The Supersonic showed up and just wrecked the whole machine. Wreck it. And next thing we know, Robotnik is gone, and we're left with a big giant robot in the middle of nowhere. Where, where I think it's one of the most funny thing ever. One of the amazing thing ever. After a while, Knuckle managed to fix the Master Emerald, and managed to, how can I say, after what we've seen him in the baseball field, playing baseball, going after ice cream. At the end of the story, they all lived together. They all protected the Master Emerald from now on. And that's quite it. And so what I like about what I like about let's talk about the character. What I like about it, I like it how they kept Sonic the way he is instead of developing more about him. I think they're supposed to be more developing for Sonic, but he kept the character the way he is. He understands there more to be a character than just trying to be like the superhero. He just develop on his own term. Um, let's see. I think the most I think that in my opinion that the since well done Sonic the Head Sonic the character by character's sake Sonic didn't really much do it. He kept the same character he had in the first movie, really action bag with Bugs and he opened mind surrounding. I think that try to make him more like a heroistic type of character, which is pretty good. Tails, he doesn't really get a lot of moments. He get a lot of Tails moments. That's what I'm gonna say, but he didn't get a lot of. He didn't get a lot of. I don't think he does get a big more because he does show off how intelligent this guy is. Like he turned a regular plane into a fighter plane less than 2 seconds. So this is probably most intelligent. So most smarter person out there. So here's the rival between Eggman would have been funny to watch. This had the rival between Eggman and Tails, intelligence level, which I would love to see beyond Billy. I would love to see that. And that technology, we get to see a little more with White Tails, and White Tail knows Sonic so well. Like he knows him so well, to a stalker level, which is creepy. But other than that, it's creepy, and yet we don't get to see a lot of Tails. I wish we did know. I wish we get more interact with Tails and Sonic. I wish we get that more, but that's just my opinion. And my outright believe that they give a lot of screen to Knuckles, and Knuckles have to be the most adorable character in the show because he is legitly his primary goal is to find the Master Emerald. And even on his way, he legitly just go like he's kind of his character is almost like I want to say he looks exactly like the character from how Guardian of the Galaxy, that the Drac the Destroyer. Like he have a one side, he had one he have a single mind character, a single minded character that this is what he knows, this is what to blunt forward. But I don't think it's funny. I think it's making him adorable. I think it make him most adorable character in the game, in the movie. But it make it good because he doesn't know everything, and he's assuming that what he know and try to apply what he knows, how the world works. And my favorite part about how my favorite part of the movie was the when he going to get ice cream. He wanted to get ice. He just said he was going to get ice cream, and he was so happy about it. It sounded like there's going to be sprinkles. Oh, is there a grape with is there grape with can it be with grape? Oh, if he do, oh, I should have known. Knuckle is a rum raisin guy. He's a rum raisin guy. And I said, there's nothing wrong being a rum raisin guy. They could be ice. Come on, there's going to be one favorite ice cream among thousands of ice cream out there. Do you know there's 1,000 ice cream flavor out there? Crazy, crazy, crazy. But I love it. I love it. But back to Knuckle. Back to Knuckle. Back to Knuckle. He's so adorable. He is. And somehow I would think I thought that Tails would have been the most adorable character, but Knuckles just robbed him from that title. I still feel bad, but I was just enjoying the back and forth with that thought because they make Tails so cute, and then the Knuckles to take away his adorableness, lets him few moments on the screen. It's just what the heck going on? Good. And but upright, what stole the show the most is Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey and his expression of character. Now I don't mean by his facial expression, but his body movement. A lot of times that's pretty much wrong with most cinema nowadays. There is not enough body movement and become the performance like the old days, like the silent era. That there are a little more body movement. The standards just talk all the time, let the music build up. No, there's a little more body movement in these scenes. And Jim Carrey just completely overshadowed most of the actors, except for one. I want to bring her up soon. Except for one. Okay, and it's very funny, very funny. I actually love this guy. He's just, but what I like more about Robotnik is that no matter how often this guy get beaten, belittled, and he get back right up. He get back right up and said, "Ed, do you think this is gonna hurt me? I seen worse. You think you're gonna hurt me? I seen worse." And he really showed how much this guy won't stop until he straight up killed Sonic. Pretty much like a revenge idea. Like that, I won't stop until you die. And then by then, oh wow. And by then, let enjoy my life. And that's pretty much what it is. I think it's good. My favorite scene, I still say, from the maze. When you can show how intelligent who he is. He's so smart. He able to use his glove as a remote control, and he able to control all his robots just with his glove alone. It was very, very good, very good. And another one is that my favorite part, most of all, during the maze scene, when he goes through the maze with Knuckles, that he used a tiny drone to scan an entire maze, and with all the traps, and now he could walk through it without worries, which is good. That's how very smart this guy was. He doesn't use big fancy machine to destroy all the traps. He just used one tiny machine, and that's it. Scan the map, scan the room, and to turn the maze into a Google map. Made a Google map of the maze, and just said, no, it's a cheated way through. Which I think is fun, which is good. Good Lord, it's like going through it's like playing an unfair video games that it's all trapped and right in front of him, and you can't beat them all until you know everything around you. Let's see. I forgot her name. I really said I forgot her name. I don't want. She really show a lot of character expression. I love her. She did a lot more than just say, I just hate my brother-in-law because I don't see why. The first movie didn't really explain it. The second movie didn't really explain it at all. I have really no clue why she hates her brother-in-law. Could be a lot of political reason, could be not, but I think that there's no real reason why she hates her brother-in-law, and I think it's for me it's total BS. Total BS why her hatred for her brother-in-law it have to matter. That doesn't make any real sense to me. He, but she get a lot of character development, and I get to say so. She gets a chance to express her character, have fun with it. I think it's fun for her. Or she get to do something instead of being the one who get tied up in the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which I think it's way better than the first one. The second and her sister will be the wife of the donut lord. Sorry, I only know you're the donut lord. I don't remember who he is. Could be Tom. I don't know. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. She get to do something other than sit there. She get to do something other than sit there and make uh, metaphor quotes. What I think is better than sitting than run around and sit there. She get to do something. What I think it's good because in the last part of the movie, she finally went with her husband and really went into the battle to save Sonic. What I think she did up the scale. That's good. And the Donut Lord, he really didn't do much of anything except saying metaphor quotes. That's it. That's only it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that he didn't do much of anything except in, like the first movie, he get to do more. But I think he tried. I think that's because with new characters put to play, they completely forget about him. And I really wish that I kind of wish they didn't do that. I wish they kept him where he is. That's just my opinion on that. The next and let's see. Um, yeah, there was other characters like the gun organization, but they didn't last too long. Um, um, Now let's think. What is my least favorite scene? The two things I have almost my favorite scene and my least favorite scene. Let's talk about my least favorite scene first of all. Everybody's saying it. I'm saying it too. It's the wedding. It's the wedding. Everything about the wedding. Everything about the wedding. And even during the time they have to rescue Sonic and Tail from the gun organization, it is there. It is completely, painfully, good Lord, painfully had to go through all that. It took away, it took I want to say the excitement into a quiet moment, which is great if there was a Hallmark series, but it just slows down completely. I get the concept. I get the pretty much like say that you driving a car, for example, or driving a moped or driving anything, and you drive really, really fast, an exciting level fast, and you go everywhere and everywhere, and suddenly you have to stop. And with things, if you move fast and try to stop it, you lead into an accident. That pretty much you try to stop. You don't slow it down. You stop, and the impact is greater than that. So it's kind of just slowed down the motion a bit. It kind of slowed down. It didn't slow down gradually. It just slowed down very quickly, which is very boring. Um, the next one, what the next my most favorite scene. I'm saying you'll probably hear me a lot in the review. Is the maze? Is the scene the maze when you get to the Master Emerald? I love it. The character interaction between Knuckles and Robotnik is funny, and you get to see Sonic trying to get through the maze, the old video game standard of dodging and is dodging and try to dodging and jumping and dodging like Mega Man. It's fun. I like it. And get to see the final fight between Sonic and Knuckle to each other, and actually there's one scene in the movie between the Robotnik. I think I told you that already. That is my scene, and it's one person on YouTube he edited, and he said it pretty much it's the most hilarious scene ever. Now, now I can't think of anything about that. That he said is that he upload what's it called not tobacco, what was it, uh upload meth, not meth, cocaine, upload marijuana app, and the Robotnik to turn green, the whole place turned green, and Robotnik open the jar, they were like, holy. Yeah, I was dying laughing every time, and I can now cannot see, I can't think anything else. But Robotnik say, "Holy," he said, "Open the jar," and then "Holy," and I'm just dying laughing. Oh, dying laughing the whole time. So that's my own personal favorite scene. Last question. What is better, the first movie or the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie or the second Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Even though I have my favorite character Knuckles in the sequel, and Robotnik did give more character to Robotnik, I want to say the first one did it better. The first one did it better in character development, in the buddy routine. I have to say it's a lot more better than the first one. I'm sorry, the second. I'm sorry. When we rephrase that, the first one in character in development in buddy cop was but the first one was better. Even the sequel did a lot of giving improve and give a lot more information out there. But I like the first one because you don't need to know the video game. You don't need to know about the who Sonic is. Just see at face value who he is. But the sequel, you need to know need to know the video game and the lore of Sonic the Hedgehog to know what's going on. And I wish that is going to take a lot from people who just haven't played the video game or who never grew up with Sonic the Hedgehog. Hey, that's all I can take out of it. That's all I can say about it. The first one because the first one you get to know the character, and the second one you get to know the lore of Sonic the Hedgehog in his world. Yeah, yeah. That was I think the first one is still better. It's still better. It's still better. Er, But do I think? But what do I think about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 overall? I think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is good. It's a good movie. It's one of the good sequel movie that ever made. I think that people should give this movie a chance. Okay, so give the movie a chance. Give the movie a chance to it's a good movie for kids. It's very much a good movie for kids. They didn't teach movie to kids. They're very good. They really show a lot of fun to the show. They really show a lot about fun in the movie. I love it so much. Uh, so how am I gonna rate this? I'm gonna rate this to be a good movie. This is a good movie, and very safe for kids all ages. So this is Sanger Alexander. Thank you for watching the very rough review. Very rough review. So enjoy. Have a great one.